Oh, that's right. I was going to also record on my phone to have like a backup, but...
Oh, so you're going like 2 levels deep now.
Well, just in case, because especially with the tropical storms and stuff we're getting in the summertime, our
It's a little
house
stormy.
loses power very easily when it's stormy, so...
Just have a battery backup.
A what? Oh, a battery backup? Yeah, that would be nice. I should probably look into that. It probably won't be, obviously it won't be great quality because...
You mean a mic?
Whatever. Oh, yes, that's what I meant. A microphone that's connected to my headphones. You know, like normally...
The hand bone is connected to the knee bone. Wait, what?
No, that's not right at all. Go back to school.
Come on, don't you have redundant mics?
You mean, well, because then it would be connected to my computer bone.
There you go.
And the computer will be shut off, and then I'll lose both mics.
Oh, power just fuckered here. Oh, I lost you.
I heard that.
I lost you. Did you... The power went out.
I heard that. That is so creepy.
What do you mean you heard it?
I heard it go beep, like your, what's it called? Surge protector kicked on?
Yeah, the battery backup.
Something? Yeah. Oh, is that what you... The thing we were just talking about?
Indeed.
That's so weird. It's like, do you have a ghost in your house?
Nope, just battery backup.
But why did the power go off at the same time? We were just talking about possibly the power going out.
Oh, the ghost. Yeah, you're right. That proves it. And welcome to the No Kidding Podcast. My name's Andrew.
Wow, my name is Lisa.
And this is your daily, monthly, semi-monthly, bi-monthly, what is the opposite of bi-monthly? Bi-quarterly update. Welcome.
This is your bi-quarterly dose of No Kidding Podcast.
We had a nice little summer break, I want to call it.
I guess, but not really, because I've been uploading our episodes.
It's true. We had a nice buffer, so, hopefully there shouldn't be too big of a gap. So that's good. Good planning on us. Let's pat ourselves on the back. Go ahead and reach around. Pat yourself on your back.
Oh, I'm trying, but yeah, I'm kind of sore. So.
Oh, okay. Well, see, if you're going to hurt yourself, that's not being good.
No, it's good. I need the stretch. Oh, it's fine.
Okay, good. Anyways, but, it was nice time off. I every now and then you need a month where you don't think about anything, but it's good.
Yeah, the whole time you were just sitting in a corner not thinking about anything?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is that what you were doing with your time?
Yep. I was in the corner like, nothing.
Clear my mind. You're meditating.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They say it's good to meditate. And, the monks do it every day, but I don't even think they sit for the entire month. I think they kind of take breaks here and there.
Speaking of monks, have you been part of the revolution and watched Avatar: The Last Airbender on Netflix?
Oh, I didn't even know. No, I didn't even know it was out.
What do you mean you didn't know it was out? It's like the most bingeable show. I think that's their statistic on Netflix. Apparently it passed Ozark for like the consistently most watched show.
Wow. So it's a TV series.
Wait, you don't even know what Avatar: The Last Airbender is? Oh my gosh.
I've heard of it. Let's go there.
I've
heard of it.
A Nickelodeon. It's basically a kid show. But
this is coming together.
It's very advanced, I would say, for a kid's show. It's not like, it's very like, it feels...
It's adult kid? It's like grown-up kid?
No, not even. It's like, I think it's kind of targeted at like 13-year-olds, about that range. Like a lot of the characters are like just below or just above that range,
Right. So it's like the big kids meal at McDonald's where it's like, it's not a kids meal.
Right. Like no teenagers getting that, but but that's the thing. Like Avatar, I think speaks to like people at all ages though. Like I think it's really a great watch as an adult, and it was like amazing when I was a kid. So.
Oh, okay.
It just tells a really awesome story.
I was thinking Avatar was a Disney movie.
It is, but that's James Cameron's Avatar. It's completely unrelated. And
okay. That's where my confusion lies.
There's also an M. Night Shyamalan Avatar: The Last Airbender movie, which is related, but nobody liked it.
Oh, okay. Oh, Avatar. Is this the anime? Is it anime?
Sure. It's anime inspired in a lot of instances. It's kind of like, it takes a lot of inspiration from like Asian culture and stuff.
Okay. I do recognize.
But it's an American made show.
Now it's starting to. Right. But I do believe I've watched that perhaps with you when you were younger.
Perhaps.
I'll have to look it up. If I recognize it's like a character from there, then I'll know.
Yeah. And also,
I'll know.
I think they have Korra as well, The Legend of Korra, which is the like sequel series. Not as good in my opinion, but it is still worth a watch. It's okay.
Okay. Yes. Oh, the guy with the arrow on his head.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. This does look familiar.
Haven't you ever
me,
heard the meme, everything changed once the Fire Nation attacked?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not in your world. I'm in a totally different world.
This is follow-up on how you don't know memes.
Yeah, agreed. And I've noticed, because, okay, I follow some people, and they are like big TikTokers.
Uh-huh.
And don't get me wrong, I love TikTok, and I'm on it like at least once a week where I just get obsessed. We've talked about this.
Yeah.
There's some really great videos on there. But their TikTok is totally different than my TikTok because they keep talking about like trends and like as if everybody knows.
Don't you
this
love that?
trend.
That's me with Instagram.
And I have no clue. Yeah, like I'm like, what are you talking about, this trend? And so I have to look it up every single time. So yeah, like I think the internet has gotten to a point where it's so good at customizing what you see and what you are exposed to. Yeah, the algorithms based on like what you pick and like choose most of the time. So but then I feel like, oh, well, maybe I'm just out of the loop. Maybe I'm just like old and, falling behind the times or whatever. But then I think, well, maybe not. Maybe I'm just on a different algorithm. It's okay. It's just like everybody else further, like, my life isn't developing the same way as their life. And then some wise person comes along and says, listen, you're just on a different path. You're all in the same world. You're just on a different path. So that's how I choose to see it. Back to your thing.
Okay.
I don't know what you were talking about there. So it went right over my head.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a meme. But isn't that wild how, like, for me, it's like, the reason I went to Instagram is to see my friends and what they're up to and see what they're taking pictures of and like get a little window into their world of this moment, or of their vacation or like little windows. Yeah. So it's so weird to me that there's like a lot of people out there that browse Instagram in this way that they just watch GIFs of products or like weird cooking recipe loops or like I don't know. It's like a whole other way of like using that platform that never occurred to me, but yeah. Each their own, I guess.
Yeah, it's got a lot of content these days. And they just came out with Reels.
Reels?
Which you probably don't know this because you're not on Instagram that much. But I think Reels is now... So, okay, originally they just had Instagram where it was just pictures. And then they came out with stories. So then you could post like little video clips on the stories, which you've seen. And then they developed Instagram TV where you could do more long form and it could be more like YouTube, but in like profile view. So like, phone view. And now they've come out with, oh wait, no, I think stories was meant to be like Snapchat because Snapchat became popular and then they designed stories to be like Snapchat. And then Instagram TV was like YouTube. And now they have Reels, which is like TikTok. I mean, I can see that's what they're going for there. It just rolled out like this week, so it's very new stages, but I think that's what their goal is to incorporate something like that. So anyway, Instagram has evolved to be more than just pictures is what I'm getting at.
Are you excited because you TikTok, so are you excited about
I don't really TikTok though. I just watch TikTok.
Well, that's TikToking. You're like TikTok ghosting.
Oh, you mean am I excited about watching other people's reels? Sure. I mean, for me, I really love video content and like I like video editing and I do like short videos on my Instagram stories, and that's like my creative outlet is like photos and videos. So, yeah, I'm excited for that.
How do you
that's
feel
why I like Instagram.
About Microsoft acquiring TikTok?
I'm fine with that, honestly. I mean, I think it's going to change some of the dynamic. You obviously won't have as big of a reach, and I don't really know what to expect. But as long as it stays fairly the same, I don't really see that big of a deal.
I'm excited for it being possibly less invasive of an app
well, sure,
under Microsoft's umbrella.
Yeah, that's true. Right. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are worried about the China takeover situation, and fair point. You know, you never know. You don't want your personal information out there. But at the same time, I don't think they're going after the average Joe. I think they're trying to listen into, like, if they are listening into things, it's going to be, you know, government and police, and I think, I don't know.
Who knows?
So I've never really been worried about having it, but whatever.
Don't know what they're doing with it. Who knows?
You never know. You never know what anybody's really doing. You know, like any app that you have could technically be listening in. So,
well, I mean,
you kind of just have to trust that, because I mean, your phone always knows what you're thinking. You know,
it's deep.
And honestly, yeah,
it's like a psychic personal pen pal. I guess in a way, it's kind of a copy of your brain, because you set it up to do all the things that you wanted to do and the like patterns that you would want it to happen within your mind, and then you record like lots of your memories through either the camera or through notes or through conversations. And
very true. This is true. That's true.
That's why we need more privacy on our digital devices, and more allowances in the laws for encryption.
So you want more like security, so that you don't want like, if you had the option to turn off algorithms and voice listening, or like people listening in, or like if them knowing what's going on, you would get rid of all that.
Nah. But I'd like I'd like to have the option.
Yeah, I mean, it's good to have the option. That is true.
I don't really care. But I do think that it's kind of wild when you know, like certain there is pushes in the government to allow like backdoors and all encryption. Basically, you wouldn't ever be able to commercially encrypt something without giving like the police a special key to unlock everything, which creates huge security holes that no company could ever really make anything safe. That's a thing.
Right. That's true. I was just going to say something about, like, there's a little bit of a bubble that you kind of get put in when everything is catered to you, and it's nice in the sense that you have easy access to the things that you normally would search for, or look at, or entertainment that you like, or things like that. But I also think it's kind of dangerous not dangerous, but just, you know, bad in the fact that it puts you in this bubble, so you don't get exposed to new ideas or new things or new...
Yeah, like it kind of organizes people in the online space in a way that all the people adjacent to you are people that are pretty much in your field of thinking. So all the people that you're commenting with, all the articles you're reading are written by people that, you know, think a lot like you.
True.
All right, I want to do a correction.
Oh, a corrections corner. Okay, go for it.
Not a correction, really, actually. Sorry. Back at a corrections corner. I want to do a update, because we didn't know at the time. This was unknown information. But as I said, we took a little bit of a break, so it's been a little bit of a while. But in one of the previous episodes, I just mentioned how great Bon Appetit's videos have been. Turns out they're not that great.
Why?
No, they did make great content, but apparently some of the decisions made and the way that they treat their employees, particularly ones of color and racial backgrounds, was particularly unfair. And as of now, I don't think they've uploaded a video since I said that.
Oh, is that so? I didn't know this. Have they been in the news about this? I have not seen anything.
Yeah, so
Again, I was in a different bubble.
Their CEO stepped down. No, he was editor-in-chief actually. Stepped down, and a couple of the members of ethnic backgrounds ended up leaving the show, or the what would you call it, channel, I guess.
Right.
And yeah, that was basically over the fact that they were saying that they weren't getting paid for they were basically like put on screen for like, this is the person that knows about Mexican food, and then they weren't getting paid for those appearances. And like a lot of the like big money making shows were all like the showrunners and stuff were white people, so they weren't getting paid to like be there and like give their expertise on like
like a fair opportunity to end.
Yeah, and then they weren't getting paid for, like, I guess showrunners were getting a decent amount of money because it's like their show, I guess, and they get like a cut. And I mean, they themselves came out and like they basically all boycotted, even like the white people that were show running and stuff to try and they were saying like, I'm not going to go back on until everyone's getting fair pay and stuff. So kudos to that, but not great that it's an issue in the first place. So
right, okay,
yeah, well, wild stuff.
So we are. Well, see, I haven't watched even a video of theirs. Are they taking videos down or just not recording anymore?
No, it just seems like there was maybe this is coming up because of this or because of I think it was mostly because of the Black Lives Matter stuff. Mm-hmm. But it seems that this came up at a time when a lot of contracts were being renegotiated, so it was a perfect time for a boycott.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, which is, good way to go, I guess. But it seems like a lot of the people that were they were trying to get fair pay for have left. So I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I hopefully they will get their stuff sorted out.
Yeah, get everything worked out for everybody's benefit and happiness. That would be nice. Okay.
Treat your employees right. Jeez.
I know, it's so
especially when you're making such good content. Like, they were doing well. I know they could have paid them.
Right. True. Yeah. It's tough in those like contract negotiation stages. I was talking to Mike recently about like baseball because we started watching, and here's the thing, I'm not a huge sports, I have such a love-hate relationship with sports. Anyways, so usually either like sports or you don't like sports. I'm like in the middle somewhere, which tends to be common with me with a lot of things now that I think about it. But I went through a phase where I really enjoyed baseball because of its it was very comfortable. It was like, it gave you that cozy feeling where it was laid back. It was very
good down home American sport.
Yeah, I was and I went to a few games even by myself, and it was just nice to just sit in the stands, and it was just very chill. So that's why I liked it, but it is way too drawn out. It's very slow. It's a very slow game. But anyways, so that's why I don't watch it. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, from home too much.
From all those innings when you're on like the ninth inning. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, it's brutal. So, and I don't have whatever. So, but we started watching these vlogs of a baseball player who anyway, he started recording his days, and so I kind of got into it again because I was like, oh, because I liked learning about the back end, like the behind the scenes kind of thing, like what a player goes through. And anyways, so we were talking about this player and about like how baseball players' contracts are different than any other sports contract, and how, because at one point during his recording, he got traded from one team to another team. So he had been with one team for 6 years, and then he got traded, and he was sent to another team. So he lived in this city, and he played for this team, and he got used to these players, and he made friends and a life and everything. And then he just got traded and had to leave immediately. And then 2 days later, he was playing for the other team. And I was thinking, wow, that would probably be the hardest part of being a baseball player, I would think, other than obviously the physical drain and whatever.
For real.
Lifelong, repercussions of that. But yeah, like to just pick up your life and like completely change it.
Can you imagine overnight? If your boss just came in one day and was like, you work for this company now. They are in Minneapolis. Good luck.
Yeah. But I mean, he did go into a little bit more detail and say that he kind of knew it was coming because they had been in talks about it for a couple of months. So he thought it could possibly happen. He didn't know until the day of, but it wasn't like a total shock. It was more like, it could happen, it might not happen, but anyways. Right. So, but my point of that being that, like, he has to negotiate, the terms of his contract and so like not all baseball players get paid the same amount, and some of them get paid certain amounts, but they also get different royalties if they don't get that amount, the same amount or whatever.
I see.
But anyways, my point being, like, entertainment is crazy with their contracts and stuff. So I'm sure there's lots of other jobs that have similar issues.
Yeah, for sure. Have you been part of the other revolution started by Netflix? This one I would say started about a year ago.
Oh, I don't know.
That'd be my guess.
Maybe.
But speaking of sport, everyone's been about F1 racing lately, and I know your boyfriend's really into racing, but I think he's more into like NASCAR stuff, right?
He's into both. He knows a lot about both, yeah.
All right. Yeah, there was I think it was Drive to Survive, which is a kind of
Yeah.
kitschy title, but it's a pretty good documentary, and it like goes really deep. They have like crazy access to the teams, and they go like really deep on like the players and what they do, or players, I guess, drivers, and what they do. Although there are some key players that aren't drivers or ever really touch the car in any way, but yeah, it's interesting because it's like it is a team. Like you think there's just like a driver out there, but there really is like a huge
it's crazy
amount of people behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what I love about documentaries, because it gives you this whole different perspective that you never thought about, and same, like some people could care less about racing, but then when you watch a documentary, you kind of get interested in it. Not that you would become like a lifelong fan or anything, but it's nice to know a different aspect to it than just the sport or the game or the whatever, the race or whatever. Yeah. So, but not so much just sports, but in any job or any, situation. I love documentaries so much. Speaking of those. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, you.
Go ahead.
Well, because I think yours is more to your point. I don't want to go off topic yet.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just going to say that they're full of personality, like a lot of the people in the documentary, and I think that's what drew a lot of people to watching the races and stuff, is just how many interesting personalities are embedded in this team, all kind of like culminating in the driver, who's always, it seems like a lot of their personalities are really kind of playboyish and like full of themselves, which just really works to their advantage as being like somebody who wants to push themselves to be the very best, but also kind of like makes them this interesting, I don't know,
character, like this
character
this dynamic
piece
where it's like you want to hate him, but you also understand that he kind of has to be that way.
Yeah, and you can't deny that they really are the best at what they do. Like they're a top tier driver, and they're like somebody who is like gone the fastest around this lap, in the world. So exactly. And people have been doing it for however many generations. So.
Right. Exactly. So I will say, to like, with respect to F1, F1 is so interesting, and just based on what I know of it from being introduced to it through my boyfriend, is that compared to NASCAR, it's so like structured, and there's a lot of like technical stuff that goes into it, but for the most part, you can kind of predict stuff way more in that sport than you can in NASCAR, but because NASCAR is every week they change things up. Nobody is tied to certain, I mean, there are rules, but each track is so different that there isn't one team that dominates every single race. Whereas in F1, it's kind of the opposite, where there's like usually one team that dominates the entire year, and there's not a lot of passing, or it's not super dramatic, I guess is what I mean.
Yeah, I think maybe this is why this is part of the revolution, is that they made F1 feel a lot more dramatic with the documentary and everything, and they uncovered a lot of like the under the surface drama that's there.
I see. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so.
Well, I'm just going to throw out there that, in my opinion, and hate me if you want, if you're into this kind of thing.
Oh my God.
I think that Sebastian Vettel is the best race car driver in F1. I know he hasn't been at the top of his game lately, but I genuinely think that he's very good. And in NASCAR, I think Kyle Busch is by far the best driver overall, And Kyle Busch
Who do they drive for?
Well, Sebastian Vettel
currently,
I think he currently drives for Ferrari. I think so. I think it was the red team. I don't know. I don't know exactly, but I do know that the red one.
Right.
And I believe Kyle Busch drives for Toyota, and he drives the M&M car.
Oh.
Or the Skittles car, or the Twix car. He drives like candy cars.
Those are great cars. I'm a fan already.
Yeah, I mean, that's usually what people say. They're like, "Oh, you just like him because of like his the car he drives." But to be honest,
he should call himself the sweetest racer.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, and I have actually met him in person before. But
was he sweet?
Yeah, he was nice. But that's the thing, is that Kyle Busch is the person that like everybody hates in NASCAR because of his like his personality is always so like, and he's gotten way better about it now that he's older, but especially when he was younger, he was kind of just an a-hole. And that kind of goes to your point about how certain drivers can be, you know, a little bit more, I don't know, hard to...
Diva.
Yeah, diva, I guess. But especially the ones that have that certain drive and everything.
But, you know, when it's drive to survive, you need it.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so do you have an affinity for sports in any way? Or do you follow anything? I used to follow tennis really closely back in college, and then just totally... I go through waves, I think. I was into tennis for a while, and then I was into... I mean, football, you're kind of... it's always in the background. It's like, yeah, I can watch a game if it's on, but it's not... I'm not a huge fan of football, honestly. I was also into gymnastics, and baseball are probably the ones that I was... Tennis, gymnastics, and baseball, I would say, are the ones that I've ever really been invested in. And of course, NASCAR, but that's just like a daily... I mean, I can't get away from that, so it's just in my house, so it's just, I can't. Yeah.
It's like your eyes are taped back and the screens are gridded in front of you.
Years and years of like forced study and conversations. Yeah, but my boyfriend, he plays fantasy sports, so his life is sports. He loves every sport. He knows everything about almost every sport except for basketball. Like, he's not into basketball. But every other sport, he's pretty...
Is there just not a big fantasy scene in basketball, or is that just not one that ever grabbed his attention?
Yeah, it's just never really grabbed his attention, and I don't think he does very well, maybe, and so in that sport, so it might have
because I think like March Madness is big for people, right? To set up, like when they're setting up their teams and stuff.
And he doesn't enjoy watching it as much as he does other sports, I think, too, so it's harder for him to get invested in it, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
people always assume that I'm into like esports because I'm a gamer, but I don't know. I've never really found... I like watching other people play games, but I don't know. Something is kind of boring about watching somebody try and play a game really, really well. Mm-hmm. I get why people would like it. Like, it's kind of fascinating at times. Sometimes I'm like, oh wow, like look at that play, that was cool. But so much of it is just them like really intently staring at a screen. Like, I know there's probably a lot of interesting content there for somebody to be like, oh, why is he doing that? Like, why is he putting that gadget there or something? And like, why is he playing the game this way? And then like, you know, over the course of however long you watch them, you'll see those plays unfold and be like, oh, wow, and probably pick some of them up yourself. But
yeah,
I don't know. I'm more into just like people that have fun playing games.
Sure.
I guess maybe it's because I never strive to be the best in games I play. I always just play games to have fun. Like, I know some people like are super competitive about it and stuff, but
yeah, and I think that's where the like diehard sports fans come from, or like that.
Yeah, maybe you need some competitiveness.
Right. And I think Mike's even made a point, or he's even said before that if he didn't do fantasy sports, he probably wouldn't be as big of a sports person as he is, because he would basically have no reason to be. And fantasy sports kind of like forces him to be into that. So
a little bit of his own skin in the game.
Yeah, exactly. He also
Oh, I mean, if I had money riding on it, I'd be really interested in it.
Yeah, like you have no idea. It's intense.
For sure.
And to me, it's not fun. I don't understand how that's fun. And he's like, yeah, I do because it's fun. And I'm like, but you're literally stressed out every single night, like in knots. I'm like,
but that's like, people love maybe it's like a roller coaster, like a horror movie, you know, like something about that anxiety is like fun for people that like
for some sports. People, not me. I am drama free. I don't. The less anxious I can get, the better.
I mean, there's people that I've seen people like out on the edge of their seat, like, no, pass it. And they're like freaking out. And they're like, oh my God, why would he do that? Ref, come on. Yeah. And then like at the end of the game, they're like, that was the best game I've ever watched. I'm like, you were like,
you're joking,
hating every second of it, from my opinion, from my point of view.
Exactly. That's how I feel. Whenever I see people get so worked up, I'm like, how are you having fun right now? I don't understand. It's so stressful. Oh, yeah. But he, like, his brother, too, is very into specifically, like, his sports teams because his brother doesn't do fantasy or anything. So has specific teams that he roots for. So whenever those teams are playing, it's like he's really invested. So, yeah, I never got into that. But I was going to say Mike does do fantasy for esports, too.
Ooh.
So he does watch, like, I think it's...
Dota Internationals?
Yeah, because those nights when he does those, he's up till like all night because it's in another time zone.
Does he do like Overwatch? Does he do like
he does
Rainbow Six?
League of
Legends.
League of Legends. And
that's a huge esports thing.
There's one other one. There's two.
It's similar to Dota. So
Dota?
Maybe Dota.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what Dota is, but
they're both MOBAs. Come on.
Oh, okay. But he does watch a lot of Twitch streamers, like, who do other games. He likes retro games, like watching retro games and stuff like that. So, and I've told you this before about the Mexican runner, which I spoke on this podcast about before. He used to be a speedrunner, and like he's basically the only one that I watch like long term playing a video game because he's entertaining besides the video game itself. So, I mean, so far, it's not like I've watched a ton of different people, but yeah, like watching sport, but even what I'm getting at is watching people play video games is not super interesting either, unless you're learning something about the game that you could apply maybe if you're playing or something, you know, like you can learn tricks and stuff. Do you ever do that?
Well, I think that's why people like to watch people that try and play games really good, but I just want to see some folks have fun. That's always, like, I like when people get into hijinks, or like there's lots of videos online for gameplay of like people role playing and stuff. Like they get into GTA or something and they decide that like, I'm going to be a trucker today. And they just they hijack a semi truck and then they just pretend they're a trucker for the whole day and they haul their trucker load around and stop at all the stoplights and obey all the traffic laws. And
what the heck? Are you serious?
Pull into factories and drop off their...
And that's fun? That's interesting to watch.
Yeah, because they're really into it, and they'll act like they're on the CB radio with the chat.
Okay.
They'll be loving every moment of it, playing some country music or something.
All right.
It's good stuff.
All right, cool.
Or a game that I like to play, so it just has that foot in the door of interest is DayZ, and it's like a zombie apocalypse simulator, I would say. And it's just fun to watch people take on like different personalities of like apocalyptic tropes, like the medic or the the survivalist or whatever, and then they'll like play out those roles on RP
they, like,
servers.
Really get into character.
Yeah, they'll like come up with a whole backstory of like where they came from. Like, yeah, I was in the army, but I was only a medic, and once Z-Day hit, everything went to hell, and here I am.
So it's kind of like acting. Like method acting.
People get really into it, and then of course the game, crazy stuff happens, and they just have to react to it in character. Like it's all improv,
Okay,
it's interesting.
That's cool. Yeah, that would be almost like watching a movie. So I can see the entertainment concept there. But yeah, it does have to be entertaining, I think, in some way. But in sports, for me, is just kind of repetitive. I mean, there are moments where there's like an aha moment, where it's like, oh wow. And that's cool, but then you just watch the highlight reel. Why watch the whole game when you could just watch the highlight reel?
Yeah, well, I mean, I feel like Let's Plays are really good for that if you want to watch some gaming content, because it'll generally be a little more cut down than like live streams, which is generally why I don't find myself on Twitch that often. I more like to watch Let's Plays where people cut out the boring parts, because a lot of games involve like pedantic stuff that I think you have to be a really good personality, which, I mean, you can have a fun personality and still not be able to, like, you would have to be like class A, like really comfortable in front of a camera, like have a lot to talk about to like fill that void enough,
Right, yeah. And for me, my problem would be like, I wouldn't be able to do two things at once. I wouldn't be able to talk to the camera and play the video game.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of honestly, I get a little annoyed sometimes when I'm watching Twitch streams and the person is engaging with the chat too much. I'm like, who cares who this guy is? And you're like, you're thinking everybody that's subscribing to your channel. Like, I get it. Like, that's probably why people do it, it's to hear their name come out of your mouth.
Yeah.
But like, God, it's so annoying. Like, stop saying like, thanks for the 3 weeks, Jim.
Yes, I am right there with you. There's this girl on Twitch. She doesn't do video games, but she does like body painting. And she's really good. I mean, she's been on Twitch forever. And I used to watch her, back when she was, fairly new. And I check in with her every now and then to see if anything's changed. But she's like that. She's she engages with every single thing. And there's times where she will just stand there forever and just like reacting to stuff. And she hasn't painted anything. So I'm like getting frustrated. I'm like,
just talking to chat.
Finish this? Yeah.
It's like, what are we here for?
I know. And she's very, like loud and boisterous, and like her channel is very visually engaging. There's a lot of like pop-ups and like, like a lot of stuff. And she's very good at that whole thing, like grabbing people's attention and stuff. I mean, she was born for it, I guess. But for me, I tuned in to just see like her cool art. So I'm just like, yeah.
I mean, I think there probably is some people that could have their entire career just be like them interacting with a live audience, but I don't know. Like, if you're gonna have a stream that's like doing painting or something, why not? Like,
but I think that's kind of just like they're in. So it's it's like, oh, you want to watch painting? You got to come in, and then you come in, and then they got you, and then they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
and they tease you just a little bit. Like, okay, I'm gonna paint this part of my shoulder now. And then
I gotta admit, it is fun when you do get a reaction from, like, if you're in live chat and you get a reaction from the streamer, and then you're like so badly like trying to grab their attention afterwards. So, you become part of the problem.
Yeah, true. But it's all good. I mean, everybody, though, it's like I say, if you're not happy with the way they're doing their stream, then don't watch the stream, because it's their platform. They can do whatever they want. And yeah. So, I just like, again, I like Twitch for, a lot of people think it's just video games, but again, there's so many things on there that are beyond just video games. So if anyone doesn't know what it is or hasn't checked it out, you should check it out. There's actually a guy I think I've told you about this before, but my boyfriend he's into music, and he went to school for music, and so he's very good at that whole thing. And a lot of people don't know this. So if you have a favorite band or something, you might want to check Twitch, because a lot of band members of well-known bands stream their like creative process of, like writing a song or
that's cool.
Learning their guitar solos or whatever it's called. Anyway, so
never thought about that.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's become friends with this guy. So one of his
cool.
absolute favorite bands, he's this guy who streams. He started watching him early on because he's been following him forever. So he immediately, and he's already on Twitch, so he immediately recognized him and was like, "Oh, I know him. Oh my gosh, like whatever." So he started chatting with him before he had like a ton of followers, and they've become like friends now. So they know who each other are, and yeah, it's kind of cool.
Seeing the internet creates these bridges.
Yeah.
Bringing us all together, yet putting us all in our own bubbles.
I know. And what's cool is the guy wrote a song on his Twitch stream, and he put his name in it.
He dedicated it to him?
His stream.
Oh, it was a love song for him?
No, he put a lot of his like founders, followers. Yeah. He put a lot of them in it, but he has like
super supporters.
Yeah, super supporters, I guess. But he has like a segment in the song, so it's kind of cool. And he plays it for his like intro song for his Twitch stream.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So at the top of every show.
Yep.
Very nice.
And it's not his real name, it's his Twitch name, but
of course.
Yeah.
Did you hear?
What?
They're bringing new guns and cosmetics to Halo 3 10 years after launch. Actually, over 10 years.
10 years. Wow.
Almost.
I was going to ask you about this because I was watching a stream. I don't know if it was people he knows or not, but they were speed running Halo. And I was like, doesn't that take the fun out of it? I don't know. How could you do that?
Well, you could say that about speedrunning anything.
Well, that's true. That is true. But I've never seen somebody speedrun that type of game before.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Do they do that normally? Oh,
sure.
Okay. I just thought that was really weird.
Well, it'll be really easy now that they have the acrophobia skull or whatever. There's a new, they added a new skull, which is like a modifier to the game. So a lot of them make it more difficult. Some of them make them just kind of more fun. This is one of the like more fun ones. It actually disables scoring, so you can't, it's basically cheating. Oh. But it's basically like a jetpack. You just hold spacebar and you go flying forwards. And it was literally originally implemented by the developers to get through levels really quickly to like test things, basically.
Yeah.
So now that that's like a thing that players can have, it would be interesting to see what the fastest speed run with that skull would be.
True.
Because there's got to be like all kinds of like little like skybox boundaries.
I'm sure somebody's going to do that.
All right, Starbuck.
Is that her little pig again?
No, this is her fox.
Oh, her
She's
fox
got the
made
whole
an appearance
forest
today. Okay.
She's got the whole forest at her fingertips.
Aw.
Starbuck, I can't with this one.
It's a loud one.
I love you.
Well, you could tell her she can have it back soon because we're rounding out an hour here pretty soon.
It's crinkly too.
Oh, that's perfect for a podcast stream.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with that ASMR that we have going on. Yeah.
I'm going to give you some natural sounds of the forest. This is just like you're in the forest and a fox has walked up to you. And it's like...
It's not working. It is not working.
My dog is not having it either. She's
no.
like, give me that. Give me that.
Yeah. I meant because you keep cutting out because of your...
Oh, the noise gate.
Yeah.
Well, the audience will hear it.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, it wasn't working for me. I didn't catch it.
It's a Discord thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Discord's like, oh, he must not be talking to anybody. He shuts me off. It's messed up.
That's so mean. Anything else interesting you want to talk about this last few minutes we have here?
I do. Can you believe Uber Eats sent me a notification that was like, hey, we see it's raining where you're at. You don't want to go out and get something. Let us bring it to you.
Oh, what jerks.
That's psychological warfare.
Yeah, it is.
That was unbelievable. I was like, oh my God, you're trolling the weather statistics.
That is pretty genius for a company. That is marketing genius, to be honest.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. And they're pretty transparent about it. They're like, you know it's raining.
You don't want to go
We know
out.
it's raining. Order Uber Eats. Come on. Do it.
You know you want that cozy, warm drink while it's raining. We can get that for you. We delivered in 15 minutes.
And then I like how the Uber Eats drivers are like, oh, great. Well,
it's
more
raining.
fares, I guess.
Yeah, they're like having the opposite effect. Like, please don't order. Please don't order.
They're like, yeah, that's probably the case. It's like when it starts raining, it's like, guess what? Get ready for the influx of orders.
That's true. I wonder if they like it or if they hate it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's questionable because free. Well, not free money, but more money.
More money, right?
But
yeah. So have you had this? What do you think about this? So we ordered DoorDash because we're more of a DoorDash, subscribers. Actually, I don't think I've ever had Uber Eats.
Oh my God.
I've tried Grubhub and DoorDash, but never Uber Eats. Maybe they don't have it by us, or do they just have it? I don't know. But anyways,
pretty sure they have it. It's everywhere Uber is.
True. I don't know, but. DoorDash shut down one time during like the peak ordering. I maybe got overloaded. I don't know, but it was down for like a half an hour. Anyways, what was I getting at? I forget. I totally forget what my point was. We ordered a DoorDash and
it was raining.
No. Oh, I was gonna ask your opinion about them picking up multiple orders before coming to your house.
Oh, yeah. Uber Eats has you get discounts. You can choose whether you want to be in that. And you get like
See, that's smart.
You get you get free delivery, I think, if you pick that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's basically like, if you want to get bundled in, we'll give you free delivery. And then you can also, what I like is during priority times, like if you're ordering during lunchtime.
Yeah.
And it's like peak hours, you can get $1 off if you say like no rush on my order.
Okay, that's smart. I think Uber Eats has some good business planning going on there.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, honestly, I haven't really noticed it being that much longer. It's usually like 10 minutes longer for it to get to you. Yeah. But, I mean, that's like nothing.
Do they have a map where you can watch, like, where they are and stuff? Okay, so DoorDash has that too. And it's so weird because there's sometimes order from a place that's not that far away, but for some reason they go to the one that's, like, super far away. And
well, on Uber Eats, you actually like order from the specific location. Like if you order from like a KFC, let's say, it's like you pick the KFC. You don't pick like KFC in general. You say like KFC on this street.
See, again, man, you're putting Uber Eats up there. I wonder if it costs more. Maybe that's the issue.
Maybe. Could be.
I don't know.
I've had both, but I haven't noticed an extreme difference in price. Not enough. And usually when I'm on DoorDash, it's because I couldn't find something on Uber Eats. So
yeah, okay. Interesting. Well, I just got a Daily Harvest delivery today, so I will not be getting. Yeah, we won't be eating out anytime soon. But
I got more of that Orlando Ghost Kitchen. It's delicious.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds good.
We talked about it on another podcast.
I know, but I don't remember.
Well, it's basically a restaurant that doesn't have a dining area. It's just for... I liked it because I think it's a great business idea. More places should do this. It's a restaurant that doesn't actually have a restaurant. It's just a kitchen. And then you can order like meal prep. Like you get like a week's worth of meals. Or you could just like order a single meal for lunch or whatever.
Yes. Now I remember. And I remember it not being near me, so I couldn't take advantage.
Exactly.
That's probably why I deleted it from my brain. Like, it won't benefit me. See ya. There's only so much I can hold in there, you know?
Right.
Well, now that we're all starving, what are we going to do about it?
Eat. I got Fresh Kitchen. What did you get?
Oh, see, Fresh Kitchen's good too. I love it. I just have my Daily Harvest that I got delivered, so I'm going to warm up some of that. I'll pick one of those and
pop on one of them.
Pop into one of them. And I like to add some stuff to it, you know, and then I'll add some stuff. Sometimes I even put it on a little, I have these tortillas that I keep, you know, for rainy days, well, and any days. And I put it in there and I make it into a little taco. So maybe I'll do that.
Oh, you got little like extras? Little like extras bar for your Daily Harvest?
I do, because Daily Harvest is all vegetarian. It's all like, which is good. That's what I prefer. But if I ever need like an extra ounce of protein, or I sometimes add a flaxseed meal in there for like omega-3s and antioxidants and just whatever else that I'm missing.
Decent.
Yeah. So I add that, and sometimes I'll add like lentils or something like that. If I need like some different flavors in there, I'll add those. But for the most part, I usually just eat it as it is. Because it's the best part about it is it's super convenient and it's super quick and it's healthy. So, you know.
So is it like HelloFresh where you have to make it, or is it like pre-prepared?
It's pre-made. You just pop it in the microwave or on the stove if you want, whichever way you want to cook it. I just do microwave because I'm lazy and I don't want to have to clean any dishes. So it takes like 5 minutes to warm up, and then you can put whatever you want on it. Just good to go. And then I have like a bunch of they have like tons of different options. They have like soups, harvest bowls, oatmeal, smoothies. They even have lattes. They have flatbreads. They have protein bites. They have ice cream. And it's all like healthy stuff. So I get like a variety and then just eat that throughout the month.
That makes sense.
You know,
wait, they give you a whole month's worth?
Well, there's different plans. So you can.
Oh, wow.
But usually it takes me about a month to eat all of the one that I get, and sometimes even 2 months, honestly, because I eat things in between.
Is it even still good after 2 months?
It's frozen, so.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
All right. That makes sense.
But it's really good. And so I'm not sponsored by this or anything. I've been getting it for years. So I just really like it. But.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I did actually put a code up on my Instagram. So if there is anybody who wants to check it out and wants a code, you get $25 off. And it gives me $25. So that's a bonus. But you don't have to.
I know you don't drink coffee, but the Panera Coffee Club, you get free coffee for like it's free right now when you sign up. So, and then if you use someone's code, if you get 2 friends, then it's free for even longer. You get free coffee until Halloween.
Oh, nice. Where's that?
Panera.
Can you use it for something other than coffee, or does it have to be coffee?
It has to be coffee, and unfortunately, the reason I basically haven't used it since I got it is it has to be hot coffee. I prefer cold brew.
Yeah.
So,
see? They really get
and
you
they
there.
I can't even get iced coffee. They're like, nope.
What the heck?
Hot coffee only. I'm like,
That's
can
a little
you
too.
give it to me in a cup of ice?
Yeah. Seriously. Well, you could always just put get ice and then pour it in.
Yeah, I guess. But COVID, I'm not going in there. So.
True.
It's like, I guess I gotta like call ahead. Like when I call to pick up the order, I'm like, hey, could you also bring out a cup of ice?
Yeah,
MBD?
you could. Or you could just go through the drive-thru at Starbucks and say, I just want a cup of ice for my Panera coffee. Yeah.
Wild stuff.
But that's pretty restrictive there with their deals.
Yeah. I got one last captcha for you.
Oh, what's a captcha?
It's Are You Human? One of those.
Oh, okay.
Test if you're a robot. S'mores, toasted or microwaved?
Excuse me? Is that even a obviously toasted?
Okay, just checking.
I mean,
just checking.
Yeah.
I haven't checked if you were human in a while.
Oh, you know what?
You passed this time.
Thank you. Speaking of s'mores, you know how I love Eddie's s'mores ice cream? You know this.
I do know that about you.
Okay, so COVID has really screwed this up for me.
Uh-oh.
Because they only come out in the summertime, but because of COVID, they're already a limited edition.
Oh,
but
no,
now
it's double limited edition.
It's double limited because they only sell them instead of like the regular grocery stores. They only sell them in like Costco, Sam's, where they're like membership stores, which I'm not a member of, so I can't get them.
That's messed up. They're putting a limited thing behind exclusive paywall.
Yeah.
My God.
So anyways, I've had to branch out, and I've discovered Dairy Queen has a s'mores
you went
blizzard.
to a whole new company.
I know.
Oh,
but this one I can kind of get in small form rather than, because normally what happens is because it's a limited edition, I usually buy like 3 tubs of the s'mores ice cream, and I say, this is going to last me for the whole summer. And then I end up eating all of it by like halfway through the summer. It's bad.
Oh my gosh.
I know. So this is probably for the best, so that I only get like a small s'mores cup, and then I eat that every now and then. So it's kind of healthier. But I get it with extra graham cracker because I prefer less chocolate to graham cracker marshmallow ratio. And
of course.
But I will say that one year you and Lervin, your girlfriend, made me some of the best s'mores ice cream from scratch. I remember that. And because you're like, well, I don't know why you ended up doing that. Was it because they were sold out, or because it was December and they weren't? Yeah, because it's only in the summer. So anyways.
Which is weird because you would want s'mores in the winter, but I guess it's ice cream, so it's a summer thing.
Well, because s'mores goes with camping, and camping usually goes with summer, I think.
But I feel like fires go with winter.
Cozy fires go with winter, but campfires go with summer, I think.
I guess.
I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe somebody out there knows.
Straw poll. Let's put it out there. Click A for summertime snack or B for wintertime snack.
Yes.
What are s'mores?
We'll put that up on the Instagram account. You can go do the poll.
All right.
Yeah.
So, are you going to eat or like... Come on.
Yeah, I mean, eventually I will. So.
Do you have your Dairy Queen in there ready?
No, Dairy Queen's on hold right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
One day I'll get back to it. But Mike's
Maybe.
mom, my boyfriend's mom, made us some carrot cake and brought that over yesterday. So I'm trying to eat that sparingly because her carrot cake is the best carrot cake you'll ever have or won't have because it's not yours, it's mine. Sorry. But
that probably means it's really unhealthy.
It tastes healthy. It tastes very robust.
That doesn't sound good.
I mean, it tastes robust. It's like it's very what's the
I'm going to ask my waiter next time I go to a restaurant to give me the most robust thing on the menu. Like, give me something that tastes robust.
I just mean like not dense. I was going to say dense, but it's not dense, but it's got like it feels,
robust.
Yeah, robust. It feels like a good, hearty cake. And you can actually see the carrots in there, and the walnuts.
What?
And, like, there's strips of carrot, like, because it's carrot cake, and it's got
pretty
carrots,
carroty.
and it's got walnuts, I think, and...
What other vegetable can you make a cake? Can you make a tomato cake?
No way.
That's not vegetable, though, I guess.
That's
can you make a broccoli cake?
That's a pizza, Andrew. A tomato cake is a pizza. Can you make a cucumber?
Can we,
Well, you can make...
Can we make that into a shirt or something? Tomato cake is a pizza.
Yeah, we should. It'll be up on a merch site coming soon.
Coming soon.
So... What was I going to say? But I was going to say you can make anything a cake nowadays, don't you know? That whole thing going around
That's true.
Everything could be a cake.
That's true. What a meme. You know about memes. Look at you. You know who told me about that meme? No joke.
What?
You know who opened my eyes to that internet phenomenon?
Yeah, what?
Our mother.
What?
Yeah, she was like...
her with her memes.
The way she told me, too, it was like, I was so confused for the longest time. She was like, these people on Twitter. I was like, you're on Twitter? And she's like, yeah. They're all like, you're a cake. And then he's like, no, I'm not a cake. And then he's like, I'll find out. And then he takes out a knife. And then the guy's like, I'm not a cake.
Oh, my God.
And she's like cracking up the whole time. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, wow. That's funny.
And she's like, you don't know?
Oh, man. I would never have thought that. Actually, she gets around, on the internet these days. She's constantly sending me some stuff. I'm like, it's like a retired person. I mean, she's not retired, she works, but it's like a retired person's dream to just like have
surf
all the
time
web. To just, explore all there is to see on the internet.
And during the pandemic,
right.
What else is there
That's
to
true.
explore?
Yeah, that's true. I was going to say something else.
And something about Bill Gates injecting us all with 5G chips.
It was close to that, but so far, no.
Something. Oh, nonfiction? I don't know.
Oh, that's what it was. I watched a Star Trek episode last night of
fiction.
Somebody who, well, it was, I don't know if anybody watches Star Trek, but it was The Next Generation and season 7, which is kind of like their downhill season where things are just like crazy. But this episode was Data starts having dreams, or well, supposedly he's like having this dream or going into these nightmares, but he's having nightmares. And one of his nightmares is him eating one of his coworkers alive, but God. Her body is a cake. So that's what made me think of it. Because it was like he was cutting into her body, but her body was the cake and he would eat the cake. I don't know. And so I was
Data invented the meme.
Yeah, maybe that's where it came from. I don't know. That's funny though. So now let's go eat cake.
I think you don't want to leave this podcast. You're lingering. You're afraid to end the podcast.
Well, I love talking to you so much that, and I don't do it enough. It's hard to let go.
I'll just talk with my mouth full. It's fine.
I'm sure
that
the
just
audience
sounds like
would
someone rewinding. Yes.
I'm good at that.
Boop.
Okay, welcome back. No, I'm kidding.
No time to eat. Did you want to eat?
No, we have a whole nother podcast to record.
Oh, okay. That was a weird way to end then.
Well, for them, they think we're eating right now.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if we were to stop and eat right now.
Supposed to actually eat right now?
Yeah, that would be nuts.
I love you. Bye-bye.